Hey, in this video we will learn how to paint two types of different leaves with watercolors. It is pretty basic, but if you have not painted in this style before, it will take some time and practice, but be patient and keep practicing. I'm going to teach you how to hold your brush, how to move your hands, and how much pressure you need to apply to paint different shapes. We will also learn to paint simple leaf and folded leaf. It is tricky, but I will show you a very simple and quick technique. In this video, I will show you two different leaves, as the focus of the video is how to hold your brush, move your hands, and to get comfortable with it. I am using artist grade colors from Heli, and paper is 300 GSM cold pressed watercolor paper from Rosemary. I am using the number 3 brush from Rosemary as well. Look at the tip of the brush. It helps us to create very thin line strokes. 2 jars of water to clean the brush and mix colors. All the supplies I'm using are listed in the description below if you want to check it out. First, let's start with the stem, which is very important because leaves will follow the shape of the stem. The S shape of the stem is not very flattering and does not look natural, so we will go with the C shape. I am using burnt sienna to paint the stem. To paint the C shape, hold your brush at the 40 to 50 angle and with a very light pressure, move your elbow to create the C shape. Please keep in mind that you don't need to apply so much pressure to the brush. The pressure should be very light so that only the tip of the brush can touch the paper. I would suggest you practice these strokes for a few times before we go ahead. Now we will go ahead and paint the smaller stems. To paint those, you need to overlap the main stem. I'm using the same color I used to paint the main stem. Again, hold your brush at 40 to 50 angle with a very light pressure. Be natural and don't overthink where to paint stems. Keep it simple. Once you do that, I will teach you to paint leaves. Don't get overwhelmed and be patient. You can stop the video to practice and come back to see the techniques again. Before we learn how to paint the simple leaf, we will learn how to paint the folded leaf. The folded leaf technique is somewhat similar to the simple leaf. To paint a folded leaf, hold your brush at 90 degrees and then we will first do the thin, then thick, and then thin stroke in curve. Let me show you again. I know this is a bit tricky, but trust me, by practicing these strokes for few times, you will get it. You will get the idea how to paint it. To paint the simple leaves, I will teach how to do the thin to thick to thin brush stroke. It is very easy and very simple. Take some sap green to your brush, hold it at 90 degrees and do the stroke. Watch me do that again. Now it's your time to practice this stroke. Now it is time to combine all the strokes and paint the whole thing. Paint the C shape of the main stem, then paint the smaller stems for the leaves. Remember to keep the pressure very light on the brush so the strokes will be very thin. Now let's paint the leaves. I am taking sap green to paint the first leaf, and then I will change the colors and I will change the values to paint the other leaves. I want to change colors and make it look brighter, because painting the leaves with the same colors will make it look very flat. So I am using light green color for another leaf. I am taking sap green and diluting it with water to keep the value lighter. Using the same techniques, now I will show you how I paint the rosemary. For the rosemary, I am not painting the smaller stems. I will paint the main stem and I will directly paint the leaves. If you have noticed, I am not doing the thin stroke at the end of the leaf, because if you have noticed, rosemary leaves are kind of rounded at the end and at the tip, I mean to say. And I am also doing variations in the colors to make it look more pretty and beautiful. I hope you have enjoyed painting leaves and learned some techniques. I'm coming up with so many watercolor tutorials in the coming weeks, so subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Let me know in the comments if you find any difficulties painting these leaves. See you in the next video. Bye.